side in the B section until I mentioned it, then they were much better. Let's go to the left hand, including pedal, and then we'll try it hands together, including rubato, and see what happens.
Yay!
Ready? 2, 3. Your foot all the way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. No, too late. Too slow. Too fast. You'll only know where the beat is if you count. You have to count. Again. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2. All right, let's hear it. Hands together. And do with rubato or with no rubato?
Rubato.
With rubato, okay? I'll help you a little bit. Ready? 1, 2, 3. again, what I want to remind you about when you're doing rubato is when you're slowing down in a certain part, it has to happen very smoothly, very gradually. When you're speeding up, it also has to happen very gradually. The word that I like to use to describe that is organic. Organic means like it's alive. In the same way that right now, believe it or not, right this very second, you are growing. You're getting bigger right now. But it happens so slowly, so gradually that you don't notice it happening. All you know is that the clothes that you used to wear 2 years ago don't fit you anymore. Right? You know that you're bigger than you used to be, and the clothes that you're wearing now probably won't fit you very well in 2 years from now because you will have grown, but you don't see it happen. It happens very, very gradually. Same thing with a flower or a tree or something like that. They grow constantly.
Like a living thing?
Living things, yes. So it happens very, very gradually, so you don't notice it happening. So the same thing with the rubato. When you speed up, you can't speed up all of a sudden. Can't be suddenly faster and suddenly slower, but always little by little, organically, as I like to call it. So you did pretty well in the opening. Listen again while I do it, and listen to my counting. Switching. So I'm starting a little bit under tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Something that is like rubato when you make a retard. You know that a retard happens very gradually as well. But with rubato, you are not only getting slower gradually like you do at the end, but also speeding up gradually like you do over here. And another word that I use often and musicians use often is the word breathe. It means if you were playing this on, let's say, the flute, when you got to the end of the sentence, which is here, you'd have to take a moment to take more air so that you can blow into the flute some more. If you were playing the clarinet or the recorder or some other instrument where French horn, sure, or anything where you have to use air to make the sound. You have to find those places where you're going to breathe. By the way, talking is the same thing. When we talk in phrases. So when we get to the end of the sentence, we can take more air so that we can talk some more. Otherwise, we run out of air and then anymore, you know. And I think that's really more than likely why we learned as a talking species to speak in sentences, because sentences where there are commas, where there are periods, question marks, things like that, give us time to take more air so that we can talk some more. And if you're singing the same things, so if I was singing this each time you have to find some place where you're going to breathe. So we use that, and in order to be able to do that, we have to slow the tempo down a little bit. That's why when you get to a comma at the end of a phrase, you take a little bit of time there to stop, so you can take more air and go on to the next sentence. So the same thing here. That's why there are pieces like,
This is
because
not for singing.
not for singing, yes, not for the flute, because there's no place to stop and breathe.
Only for hearing.
Yes, yes. So, so that's that. You can't play this kind of piece on any other instrument except a keyboard instrument. So let's go again from the beginning, and I'll help you with that breathing. So breathing means you get a little bit slower so that you can pretend to take more air, and then you gradually speed up and make the music feel like it's flowing forward. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and yep. Make sure you change the rubato is very good. Just make sure you change the pedal cleanly. One more time, please. Same place. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Yes, again the rubato is very good, but you're smudging the pedal every time. Yeah, that's not funny. Let's try it again. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and breathe and 3 and change 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 3 and 1 and 2. Now catch this in the pedal. Next note, catch. That's right. Yes. Okay. Every time you play that, I know that those octaves are difficult for you to reach. Your hand is growing. Pretty soon you'll be able to reach them very easily, but then there'll be bigger stretches that you have to make that are.
Like from here to here?
Sure. Yes, that happens many, many times, or even more. If you notice over here, I could play here. So I can reach that because my hand is bigger, and I think you'll probably be able to reach it when you're older as well. But you have to wait till you grow.
Like 20.
Like 20?
No, 14.
14, yeah.
Sure. All right, let's try this again. So you have to make sure that you hold that those octave Ds down long enough to catch them in the pedal. Otherwise, it sounds bad, and then you're having to change your pedal. It sounds bad. Again, from the beginning, rubato is very good at that time. Count with me with and so that you feel the eighth note pulse gradually slowing down and then gradually speeding up. Here we go. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and oops. Okay. Well, again, rubato is very good, but when you put down the pedal on the second beat in that measure, you put it down on the beat instead of after the beat.
Which one? Which one? I cannot see. Which one is the problem there?
Right here.
Oh, here?
Yes, because we want this pedal means to catch these three notes and of course this. So the harmony that we want is this. But if he puts down the pedal on the beat, he will catch the note before it every time. So
yes.
if he catches that, so you have that. That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a mixture of two notes that were not meant to go together. So why don't you take the regular pencil, please, and after that pedal write ATB.
After the beat?
After the beat. You don't look like you're writing it in the right place. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, that's right. With 2 exclamation points. Okay, so it's not after the beat, it's after the beat. All right, let's go again from the beginning. Ready? Here goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2. This is the 1 and 2. Yes. 3 1. Slow down. 3 1. on the beat, so you were forced to change your pedal. Do from the famous octave that you have difficulty reaching.
What? That's famous.
That's the one. Yes. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Catch it. 1 and 2, 3, and breathe. And 3. Now carefully here. That's right. That's right. All right. Let's try that again.
Famous octave.
The famous octave, yes, that you miss all the time. That's the one. There goes. 1, 2. Catch it. 3. 1, 2, 3. No. If you catch it nicely, you don't need to change on the second beat. Plenty of F sharp on the bottom. That F sharp is the note that holds it all together. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. 3. Now carefully here. No, don't need to change your pedal on the second beat. It's not necessary. Start again from the famous D. Yep. More F sharp, and then the second and third beats in your left hand, super quiet. No, I want more F sharp on the bottom. Yes, and then quiet. 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. Breathe. And 3 and 1 and 2 and 2. No need to change your pedal there. Right here. If you give me enough A on the bottom, here, perfectly fine. To have enough clear sound here going forward to here, and plenty of the bottom bass note to hold it together. Here, same thing. Lots of F sharp. These. So let's start from your famous octave again. What a lovely day outside, huh?
Yeah.
Lovely.
No.
No.
It's raining.
It's rainy and gray and dreary and cold and yucky.
What's this word?
What's that word?
What does this mean?
Oh, that's German. It stands for number. It's an abbreviation. Yes.
Oh, so that's the second book?
No.
Talking about.
In this opus, and we've talked about opus numbers before, this is opus 67, and when he wrote his opus 67, he wrote 4 mazurkas in a set. That's quattro, means 4 mazurkas. So this is opus 67 number 1, this is opus 67 number 2, this is opus 67 number 3, and as you can guess, the next one
4.
is opus 67 number 8.
What?
What? Just kidding. Opus 67 number 4, and that's it. Then it's different. Okay, so we published them as a set. You dare! You dare! Okay, we try it again.
Okay, from the famous octave.
From the famous octave, yes. Remember, I want plenty of F sharp in the left hand, and if you give enough crescendo in your right hand, and keep your octave Ds in the left hand quiet, you don't need to change your pedal there at all. There goes. 1, 2, 3. 1, no, clear sound. 2, 3, 1. Crescendo right hand. 3, 1, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and now carefully 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Okay, start that measure. Let's get these. Right hand by itself. 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Good. Again. 2, 3, 1.
On the right hand?
Same place. 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Very good. Again. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and very good. Now let's do left hand by itself. Same place. 2, 3 and 1 and 2. Says who? Says who? Whose school is this? Yours or mine? You don't close the doors without asking permission. Are you gonna practice or are you gonna goof off? Good girl.
What?
Okay, now let's try left hand, same thing. In time. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. You're still a little late on your thumb. 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and almost again. 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and yes, perfect again. 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and yes. So right after the end, you have to start the roll. Not on the end, but right after it. 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. It's because it's a difficult reach for you, I understand, but I keep hearing that, and I want you to go right there. 1 and 2 and 3. You have to get to your thumb. 2. Take a thumb. Side to side. You're still waiting on second finger. Gotta get the thumb. Gotta get the thumb. Take a thumb. I don't hear any difference. You're stopping on second finger. Go. I'm hearing still that. I want straight through. Not can't stop here. Right from side to side. Nope. That's even worse. Still. Get to the thumb. Get to the thumb. Keep trying. Nope. I hit ba-dum bum. I want taka-dum. Come on, get to your thumb. Yes, that's a good one. Yes, 3 equal notes. That's better. Side to side. That's good. Yes. Okay, now let's go from the beginning of the measure. 2 and 3 and
These?
the measure we're working on. Come on. 2 and 3 and left hand. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. No, you're late. Right after and you have to start. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Again. That's a good one. 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Don't wait after the and. You've got to start right away. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. No. Right after and. And by the way, you're not counting, so you don't know where the heck the and is. 1 and 2 and 3. Right after and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. This is where the and is. And 2 and 3. Right after that's the and. 1 and 2 and 3. Not. Make sure it's late. And 2 and 3. Try it again. Left hand alone. Counting out loud with the ends. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. I don't hear any counting. Don't make me get angry at you like I had to the other time. Open your mouth and you count good and loud so you know where the beat is so we get the right rhythm. Do you understand? Let's do it. 2 and 3 and loud and 2 and 3. No. You're waiting right after you say and. You have to start the roll immediately. 2 and 3 loud. 1 and 2 go. Yes. Again. 2 and 3 and counting. 2 and 3 and 1. You're getting to your thumb one time. You're still stopping on second finger a little bit. 2 and 3 and count loud. And 2 and 3 and good. Again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and good one. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Yes. Okay, now let's add right hand to this. So that high B flat is right on the end, not before, not after. 2 and 3 count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. That's right again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and three, and one, and two, and no. B flat goes right on the end, not before the end. Right on the end. Do right hand alone again, counting out loud. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. You see how the B flat is on the end? Again, 3 and right hand. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Yes, you see that B flat is right on the end. As soon as you play that B flat, your left hand begins to do the roll. There goes. Hands together. 2 and 3 counting. Loud. 2 and 3 and 1. Counting loud. And counting loud. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Yes, I don't want the B flat to be before the end. Play it right on the end. Play right hand alone again. 2 and 3 counting. 1 and 2 and. You see where how that's on the end again? 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. That's right, right on the end, not before it. Hands together. 2 and 3 and count loud. And 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Counting is disappearing. I need you to count out loud, good and strong. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Yeah, but your right hand is waiting for the next beat for your left hand roll. You have to roll faster. Do left hand alone again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. Too late, way late. As soon as you say the end, you have to begin the roll, otherwise you end up late. 2 and 3, count out, and 2 and no, too late. Right after the end. Come on. 3 and 1 and 2 and I don't hear any counting. Again, please. And 2 and 1. Too late. As soon as you say the end, you immediately start to roll. Counting loud. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and not on the end, right after it, not on the end. 2 and 3 and 1 loud. 2 and 3 and 1. Yes, again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Good one. Perfect. Again. No. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Perfect. Again, and 3 and 1 and 2 and no. Way late. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Good. Now add right hand. Counting good and loud. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. No, you're not allowed to play the B flat before the end. Play the right hand alone again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and yes, right on the end. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and correct. Now add left hand. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 1. Yep. Okay, the B flat was perfect, but the A was late. Play right hand and listen to where the third beat is. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Stop. You see where the third beat is? At A natural. That's right. Again, right there. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. That's right. So that A is right on 3. You can't wait around for your left hand. So you have to roll faster and you have to begin in time. Now we do it hands together again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. No, can't play the B flat before the end. It's right on the end. Play right hand alone again. 3 and 1 and 2 and. See, it's right on the end. Right there again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. Yes. Hands together. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Not before the end. On the end. 2 and counting. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and the A is on 3, not after 3. Right on 3. Okay, right hand alone. 2 and 3 counting. 1 and 2 and 3. That's right. That's right on 3. Hands together. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. No, can't wait around. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Nope. B flat is right on the and. The A is right on 3. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and it's all the fault of your left hand. All this is either this is early or this is late, all because you're waiting around 2 and doing that roll in a nice easygoing way. You have to hurry. 1 and 2 and 3. You have to get there. 2 and 3. Otherwise, right hand and 2 and 3 and waiting around for your left hand. And 2 and 3 and to go. Side to side. To stretch. Line to head. To go. Try it again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Nope. Hey, your third beat is waiting around for your left hand. Your left hand alone again. 2 and 3 counting. 1 and 2 and 3. Too late. Way late. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and as soon as you say the and, you've got to start. You don't have time to wait around. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Pretty good. Almost not perfect. Again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Pretty good. As soon as you say the and, you start the roll. 2 and 3 and counting. 2 and 3. Yes, that was good. Again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. No, you're waiting for a half an hour before you begin the roll. You end up too late. As soon as you say the and, you have to play it. Come on. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. You got there on time, but you didn't change pedal. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. Pretty good. Again. 2 and 3 and counting. 2 and no. You're saying the and your left hand is waiting around. You don't have time. As soon as you say the and, you start the roll. Otherwise, you don't get to the thumb on time. Come on, don't sit there like a lump. 2 and 3. Again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Yes. Change pedal cleanly though. The rhythm was good. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. Late again. 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 counting and 2 and no, too late. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and too late. 1 and 2 and as soon as you say and, you start. And 2, this is you. And 2 and then you're late. 1 and 2 and 3. As soon as you say and, you begin. Not on the end, right after it. Right after it. Come on. You did a bunch of good ones and then you sink back into doing it wrong again. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and not on the end, right after the end. At least you tried. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and yes. Again, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and too late. 2 and 3 and 2 and the rhythm was good. You've got to change your pedal correctly though. And yes, right. Anyway, we're out of time. You go practice on it. Count. If you don't count, you don't get it. You don't know where the and is if you don't say it. Okay, get your crazy sister and tell her it's her time. Her turn to die.